Gepard, he is the one at the peak of the mountain. He is the one who knocks, and there is no possible character that could possibly be defensively better than him. Wait, what's happening? No! Our general, Xuan! Stop! No! Anyways, gamers, I hope you like that intro there, but we all know that Xuan, she is the actual one who stands atop the sustain mountain. She is the one who really knocks, and you know, she is probably the best sustain unit in the game. But does that mean Gepard is now as useless as our general Xuan and you shouldn't use him anymore? Or maybe you didn't pull for Xuan yet and you're still determining on whether you should wait for your ho-ho and just hold off, but maybe you have a Gepard in your account, but how bad is he really, right? Today, we're going to be comparing the defensive capabilities and kind of just Gepard to Xuan, because I see a lot of debate in the community saying, yo, Xuan's correct, Gepard is worthless now, when I just don't think that's the case. So first today, we're going to kind of talk about what both do good, and then we'll kind of compare them both to see how good they are or the difference between them defensively. Strictly speaking off of defensively, because just overall as a kid, I think Xuan is better. But let's go ahead and talk about our Gepard first and kind of talk about what he does. Now, his skill is kind of useless. It has a chance to freeze the enemy, but let's be honest, it's not doing that much damage, and we're not using it that often, right? His talent is really good, though, because if he dies for whatever reason, that means he comes back up, and, yeah, he's able to regen his shield and use his shield again. But the big thing with his kit is his ultimate. His ultimate's going to be applying a shield on all allies, absorbing damage equal to 39% of Gepard's defense, plus 465 for 3 turns, which is really, really big, right? This means you're not taking damage with any of your characters, unlike Xuan, where, you know, a character can, they all take damage still, right? Even though the damage is being negated, they still take overall damage. So let's go ahead and kind of hop into the pros and cons of Gepard, then we'll talk about what Xuan does, her pros and cons, and then we'll come together for a comparison. So hopping into a couple of Gepard's pros. First, his shield, obviously. His shield is a massive part of his kit. He can throw absolutely massive shields out on your allies as well. It is really not that hard to build him. I mean, look at my build right here, guys. My build is running a 2-piece defense set with I don't even know, this random stuff here. We don't even have max level gear here. We're running a purple effect hit rate chest here, and he is still clapping and yapping. And he's providing a 1400 hit point shield to me. And yeah, this is low for Gepard, right? This is low. I am like running like him bare bones. We're talking, we have a defense orb, obviously, but effect hit right here. We're running energy regeneration at the top, which I do recommend running. If you haven't watched my build guide in Gepard, you might want to go watch that. And we're running speed boots as well. Like, this build is so scuffed, and he's still giving a 1400 shield, right? We're not even running like a 4-piece defensive set. Like this could be so much better. But I think we get the point on that, right? He's easy to build. But what goes hand in hand with that is his energy cost. His energy cost is 100. He only needs 100 energy to pop this off. That is extremely low. Like, I mean, you could get this every 3, the shield lasts for 3 turns, so if you build him tankier and more defensive, right, giving a bigger shield to all of your allies without having them take damage, and then on top of this is only 100 energy cost, so you're probably not even having to use any of your skills to get this back up, which leads us into another pro, which is him being really, really SP efficient, because you never have to use his skills, and you can just keep popping this shield off on all of your allies. Like, this is huge. He can definitely solo sustain your team if you have him built correctly and your team built correctly. That's something I'm going to talk about in the comparison section later, though. But yes, SP efficient. His energy cost is super low. It is really easy to get him up to this energy cost with a low investment build. But there are some cons with him, though, right? Dots will destroy him because he doesn't have a cleanse and there's nothing to really like negate that damage. He is a preservation unit, so he is automatically going to be attacked more anyway. So the more dots that throw on him, if he's not built well, then he is going to eat his shield alive and his HP alive as well. Don't ask me, ask the MOC stage 9 when the Deer Man absolutely ran my whole fade with those wind shear debuff. But yeah, he will absolutely get destroyed by dots if you're not building him correctly. And also on top of this, CC as well. So this says one thing, right? When you're building him, right, you're gonna want to be focusing on more stats than just one. Like, right, you have to get effect res. Like, if you want him to be like at the top of his game and not getting hit, like frozen and CC'd and debuffed, you want his effect res as close to 100% as possible, which is, you know, one of the hardest stats to get in the game. Like I said, he's not hard to build if you're trying to defend the rest of the team, but with him being attacked so much, I think this can bring him down just a little bit. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about his kit. Let's go ahead and talk about our queen right here, Xuan, Sustained Queen. So Xuan also has a lot of the same pros that he has. She is also really easy to build. I'm running her on a 2-piece speed set, 2-piece HP set. I also made a build guide on her already too, if you want to go watch that in the channel. And then I'm running the 2-piece Fleet of the Angels here, right? So she's getting more max HP here as well. So we're running a lot of HP and speed here just to increase the max HP, because that's what she scales off of. Let's go talk about her abilities though before we talk more about her pros. On her skill here, guys, this is going to basically allow you to distribute 65% of the damage between all of your allies. She'll also be giving them max HP and increased crit rate as well. Her ultimate will be dealing damage to all enemies and also giving her more self-sustain stacks, which that's what plays into her talent. This makes her allies take 15% less damage, and also when she falls below 50% HP, she will be restoring just about all of her HP. It brings you back up to around 90-95% of your HP, depending on how much HP you have built into her. Now, talking more about her pros now. Really big pro, the team doesn't die. Like, if you have her on the team, you have her skill all the way always up, which means you activating it every 2 turns, then your team practically won't die unless they're built like shit, right? She also self-sustains, so you don't need a healer to heal her back up, because she is going to be taking the brunt of the damage, because, like I said, she's absorbing that damage into herself, but she has a self-sustain aspect, which really helps her out in that case. Also, she's going to be preventing 1 CC for the whole team as well on her bonus traces, meaning whenever someone on the team would get hit with some bullshit CC like a freeze or something, then she would block it. Like I said before, really low investment, and also she's going to be buffing the team, and she has a lot more damage than Gepard, because Gepard really struggles in the damage department as well. So, I mean, these are some really big pros with her. Now, let's go ahead and hop into some of her cons, because she definitely has cons. Whereas Gepard has a 100 energy cost for his ult, which that's what provides basically everything for the whole team. Her ultimate right here costs 135, which is a lot higher. It's like the second highest in the game. So this is going to be a lot harder to get off and actually be able to trigger her HP restore. So this is going to be kind of rough getting, right? Like I said before, she is taking the brunt of the damage. So if you're not able to get this energy back up and get her, like, her talent activated again, in longer fights, you will die. I'm just flat out saying that. If you have a DPS issue and you're not able to kill things fast enough, you will die in longer fights. Unless she's just absolutely cracked. Like, you've built her absolutely cracked, then maybe she won't. But out of my testing, if you bring her into longer fights with a DPS issue, she will end up dying. She also has the same problem as Gepard, right? She doesn't have a cleanse, right? Or she doesn't have anything to prevent her from getting debuffed by the enemies other than having effect resistance in her kit. In the Eidolons, I know it'll help you out a bit with that, but we're not talking about Eidolons here. With her base kit at E0, she's going to have problems with getting dots, right? And as well as the team too, because if the team gets dots stacked on them, she's taking additional damage equal to those dots on top of the dots she's already taking. I know she reduces a lot of damage, but this stuff will add up over time, and like I said, for longer fights, this can make her clam up a bit. This can destroy her quite a bit. So with kind of explaining what both the characters do and their pros and cons, let's kind of give them a comparison. What are like the main things we can compare here? So just a disclaimer here, guys. If your team is shit that you're running, like, I mean, if your team has low HP, low defense, right? And you're expecting either of these characters to absolutely carry you, that's just not going to be the case. Because, like, I mean, you can't expect to go into battle with, you know, 2k HP, with 500 defense, with a max Gepard shield, right? And expect to not get one-shot by MOC 10 enemies or Swarm Disaster enemies. That's just not going to be the case. That's not going to happen. Same thing with Xuan as well, right? Like, Xuan does negate a lot of the damage, but if your defense is super, super low and your HP is super, super low, that's not going to prevent them from dying. If anything, it'll probably kill Xuan faster, because the lower defensively your allies are means the more damage your Xuan takes, meaning the more energy you need to keep proccing her ult off and keep using her talent of her basically healing herself back up. So Gepy provides a shield for the team. She provides damage resistance for the team, right? She is preventing damage being taken for the whole team, and at a really high percentage as well. She's also healing on her ultimate, which kind of basically heals them back up to full health. Like I said, it depends on your build. But Gepard does basically the same thing. He provides a shield for the whole team, which negates the damage they're going to take, and it lasts for 3 turns, just like her skill does, at a fraction of the energy cost. Now, I do know that it is based off of her skill and his ultimate, but with his ultimate cost being so much lower, you can basically farm this up every 3 turns. Gepard overall is better for like AoE attacks. His shields are able to tank AoE attacks a lot better than Xuan is. Xuan's like, that's where her major weak spot is as far as like her defense goes, is AoE attacks. It will eat her alive if you keep getting AoE attacked with her. The deer even killed me in one shot one time in Simulated Universe. That's how bad it was for me. But on the other hand, Gepard really sucks for single target defense. His shield will basically be gone in about 2 hits if you're getting like attacked by like the main boss, right? It's a single target attack. So his shield will be gone, meaning you have to farm his shield up quicker, where Xuan doesn't really have to worry as much about single target attacks because she just absorbs a certain percentage of that damage, and that's really where she shines, is single target damage. And also, I see like a major thing being talked about, like Gepard can't solo sustain. Gepard can solo sustain if he's built right. You don't need anyone else on the team if you have Gepard, right? Like, if you have him built correctly, you don't need anyone else. Because you're just giving infinite shields every 3 turns. The same with her. You're giving infinite damage reduction buffs every 3 turns. And, like, it's really hard to numerically compare these two, right? They're preservation units. Your allies are taking damage. Like, it's hard to compare, right? Because he's blocking it with a shield. And, you know, she's mitigating it, but then also healing your allies back up. So it's actually hard to, like, give, like, a side-by-side comparison or a numerical comparison between the two. Like, I don't necessarily think that the Xuan is a better defensive unit than Gepard, right? Now, I think she's a better overall unit, like I said before, right? Because, you know, she does grant a lot more for the team, but as far as, like, strictly defensive and keeping the team alive and sustaining the team, I think they're the exact same. So if that's what you were looking for, like, if we're pulling for Xuan, if you didn't pull for Xuan, I think Gepard will offer you that same value. So no, I don't think Gepard sucks. I think Gepard is still really, really good. Not saying he's better than Xuan, because I think Xuan's a lot better in other aspects, right? Like, she does DPS, and she can also provide a crit buff to the team, CC prevention to the team. But as an overall defensive and sustained character, I think Gepard and Xuan are very, very similar. But yeah, that's really gonna do it for today's video. I know there's not much testing in this video. It's just kind of explaining my thoughts on, like, Xuan versus Gepard. I think Gepard's still a really great unit to use, and I think he is just really good all around. Anyways, gamers, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope to see you gamers later. Yeah, Xuan says bye, and I say bye too. Love you guys. Maybe like and subscribe. Bye!